You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Hello Sport Podcast. I'm Unqualified Opinion, Unwavering Bias. Here on a Monday, one of the Mondays in July. There's probably 4 Mondays in July, I'd say, give or take one. This is one of them. Welcome back. Edward, how are you?
I'm okay, mate. Little bit tired. Little bit tired. That's what happens when you go the big lift for the nation.
Yeah, well, it's what happens when, you know, you feel obligated. Is obliged and obligated the same word? I don't feel like they are. Obligated to stay up late for the nation.
Sometimes in life, punters and dribblers, the nation will call upon you to stay up late.
Yep.
It doesn't happen that often. Know that. It's not, the nation's not asking you to stay up late regularly.
It'd be unreasonable if the nation was asking you to stay up late every night.
The nation is aware of the nation's bedtime.
And also the nation's work hours.
Yes. And the nation's need for hopefully 8 good, honest hours.
Listen, on a good night, an
Yes.
honest day.
The nation also aware that by the letter of the law, human beings, Homo sapiens, ideally, supposedly looking for 9 hours, 25 minutes. So it knows all these things.
So I should tell you what, I'm glad the nation knew 9 hours, 25 minutes was optimum because I didn't.
But the nation also knows that one of its favourite sons is doing the damn thing in the oldest, most prestigious tennis tournament on the planet. That bedtimes are thrown out the window and you lift big and honest and true.
Bedtimes don't matter when the nation calls. And the nation knows, as we've just said, that it needs to be sparing when it calls for late nights. Because if it was calling for them all the time, then we'd be telling the nation to get fucked.
Well, I think you'd see anarchy in the streets.
Yep. Or you'd just see, like, a lot of people snoozing at the fucking traffic lights.
Well, people just asleep in the street, like in Japan, who are just supposedly made to work. Not made to, but like
when
there's
I
an
was in
expectation.
Japan, the amount of people asleep on trains, like businessmen just like...
Yeah. There's some sort of...
Jesus Christ.
Apparently there's some sort of like...
Honour in being so fucked that you fall asleep on the train.
But in that you can't leave before the senior person's left, and they can't. It's just like a trickle-down effect. So everyone's there till like fucking 1 in the morning every
Ridiculous. Anyway, what we're saying is we're up real late to watch the King lose. Not lose, that's bad. I think that's negative language. To watch the King
fall short of triumph, of glory.
Yeah. Kid can play.
Kid can play tennis. Let's start there. Kid can play. King can play.
King can play.
I think that there was a collective... Are we on here?
Are we on?
After the first set, when he fucking served his dick off.
Dude.
Mate, at one point, Djokovic had won 2 points on Kyrgios' serve.
He'd also never broken him, which I thought was insane.
But I like that they trumpeted that. Dave, can you get up where they'd played previously? I'm pretty sure off the top of the dome they'd played in like, you know...
They've definitely played in a Wimbledon, I thought. And I say definitely...
No, both their games were only 2 sets, I remember.
No, they played in a...
They never played a 5-setter before.
They played in a lead-up tournament in Perth, from, if my memory serves me, before the Australian Open.
I said definitely played at a Wimbledon before.
No, I knew you said
So just know that whenever I say anything, punters and dribblers,
so they
let the fucking air
You're
clear.
thinking Nadal.
Sure. Who the fuck knows what I'm thinking?
They played at Indian Wells at an ATP Masters event there. Kyrgios won 6-4, 7-6, and they played in Acapulco, Mexico, and Kyrgios won 7-6, 7-5.
Interesting.
King got all the talent in the world. Tell you what he doesn't have, and this is no knock on King, who I know is an avid listener.
Was he different?
He certainly doesn't... He's not the most composed athlete I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I'll say this. Someone needs to get in the ear of his box and say, if you pieces of shit don't start cheering for King, we're going to have you escorted out of the building.
Look.
Because I was stood with King as he's going, what the fuck are you losers doing? Cheer for me.
Yeah. Look.
The reason I got broken then was because you weren't cheering.
Completely agree. They should have been up and about.
They should have been up and about, shirts off, fucking whatever.
I would have liked to have seen some more shirt off action, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck convention.
Fuck convention.
Get the lid off, baby.
Tits out, dicks out,
Let it ride. Let it sing in the sun. It was a gorgeous day. A gorgeous day at Wimbledon.
Yep.
It was, if that wasn't the time to get your fucking kid off, particularly after the first set humping, then I'm not
If
here.
the King's calling at you to get up and about, then you need to go over and above. You need to over-deliver, not under-deliver, not deliver just on the amount. You need to over-deliver in yip and yahoo for the King because he thrives on that. What fuels the King's engine?
Yep.
And yahoo.
I think that there may well have been an opportunity missed by King, and this is okay, but an opportunity missed to have more yippers and yahooers in the box.
Where the fuck was Chris?
Tom and Eddie come to mind.
Well, you and I, obviously. But I mean...
If not us.
But where was Christos?
I don't know.
I mean, is Christos a good luck charm?
Well, I didn't realise they'd had a falling out.
Oh, no.
They'd had a falling out. They'd been estranged for some years.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did we hear that?
They were talking about it last night in the telecast. And then it was like he'd penned a letter in the Sydney Morning Herald or some shit over the weekend, which I didn't read, shockingly, about the fact that he feels like he's got his brother back. Like they're back in the groove, but I didn't realise they were out of groove.
I wish I'd known. But, I mean, I am happy that they are back in the New York groove, as it were, as siblings. You don't want to see a family torn apart.
No, you don't.
Not over tennis.
Not over tennis, not over money, not over anything, Tom.
Well,
you want to see families stay together.
You want to say we're pro-family here.
We are.
Not nuclear family. You can be a modern family. We don't give a fuck who you love. Eddie, I know you back me up on that.
I do.
But we do believe in family.
We're pro-family. We're family first.
Family first. Tom and Eddie. That's what.
But
yes.
lacked Yip and Yahoo in the box.
Yeah.
And I think that had there been more Yip and significantly more Yahoo,
we might have been, the back pages would be telling a different story.
I think we get to 5 sets at a minimum.
Yeah.
I think we get to 5 sets at a minimum.
Because you could understand there's probably a bit more Yip and Yahoo reserves first set, right? Everyone's fucking packed to the rafters. Shout out to that show with Yip and Yahoo in the first set.
Shout out to Packed in the Rafters
and those who acted in it. But after one set, your Yip and Yahoo stocks diminish. You need some real motherfuckers who are reared on Yip and Yahoo, who bring the Yip and the Yahoo, and that again, not to make this about us, but we probably could have brought it.
Probably could have, well, not probably. Probably is not the right word. Definitely would have brought it. You need someone who's tapped into the energies of the crowd, but also tapped into the energy of the King, and you need to understand what he needed in that moment, in those moments, in the key moments, in the breakpoint moments.
Yeah.
That's what we needed.
Essentially what King needed was people like you and I, and when I see it in my mind's eye, Eddie, and it's a very interesting place, my mind's eye, but I see it as almost like Avatar when your tail connects to that fucking...
Yes.
We're the thing that connects to his racket, which connects to him, and, like our energy flows through him, the energy of Yip and Yahoo.
Yeah, sure.
And I think that it was glaringly obvious that he was lacking.
Well, it was lacking. It was lacking. He went out there in the first set and, as we said earlier, humped Djokovic into the earth. We always knew that Djokovic was going to come back. He's not that sort of operator. He doesn't lie down and just cop it.
Rarely have you seen the Joker get bitched.
He's had championship points against Federer and overcome them and come back to win the fucking goddamn tournament. Like, this kid...
Kid can play.
Kid can play. Not a kid anymore.
Still a kid.
Still a kid.
Not
sort
a
of.
kid.
He's 35, so he's sort of a kid. In relation to someone who's 80,
Is he only 2 years older than me?
Yeah.
He could be my dad.
He could be your dad. But when we knew that he was going to come back, moments in the second set, moments in the third, where King's mental fortitude was brought into question.
Yeah.
That's where you needed someone to take the heat off him and go, oi, King, look up.
Look up.
I'm lit off up here, baby, and I've got the fucking...
I tell you what he could have done
shirt
with
in the hand, and I'm whipping
you
this
with
cunt.
that cravat at the wedding.
Yeah, I would have gone wedding cravat on him.
You would have gone wedding cravat just up in the
100%.
fucking thing, just whipping it. You know what I mean?
That's what we needed. If he looks up and sees me going all wedding cravat up in that fucking player's box, baby, he doesn't get broke.
Sweaty as fuck.
He doesn't
dude.
get
Buttons
broken.
undone.
He doesn't get broken that third set.
No, and he also breaks when he was up 40. He had 3 break points on the motherfucker.
He did.
So
that third set should have been written differently.
Yeah, it should have been.
And then Now you're talking about, okay, baby, we're up 2-1. We go into that 4 set. Maybe that tiebreaker looks different. Because he looks up again, and now Tom's up there
I'm cravating now as well. We're all fucking cravating, dude.
Imagine then, because the cravat dance is infectious, now you got half the crowd doing it.
Yeah. Well, more than that, it was a pro King crowd.
80%, 90% of cunts all cravat dancing. Looking up, seeing that's powerful.
Dude, Future King, 2 Future Kings up in the stands in William and George.
Yep.
Current princess in whatever her name is. And fucking you and me leading the cravat dance. Fucking bang in the box. His box then obviously join in.
Well, the Royal boxes, you know. Tom Cruise was there. He'd have been.
Tom was there.
He's got a cravat dance.
Well, Tom fucking, he would have probably tried to steal the attention a little bit. He wouldn't have loved it, but he would have got involved because you could tell he's pro King. I mean, we're in a country with a monarchy. You know what I mean? Like, who are they going to go for? The Joker? The Jester?
Yeah.
To let me juggle for you, sir?
Yeah.
Or the King?
Yeah, the guy that comes in, if he doesn't make you laugh, he gets fucking shot.
Yeah. Or hung. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what era we're talking, but still.
Or thrown into one of those, pits.
Like a trapdoor and he just falls through. King
Yeah, like the French
button.
ones. There's like fucking pit tunnels and shit. They just throw you in there and just...
Later.
Like
a garbage chute.
Yes. Except at the bottom it spikes and there's nowhere out.
But you just don't need to worry with the garbage chute, right? You're gone.
So, yeah. So that's what happens to Joker, who's not funny.
He's not funny.
So, like, you've got a fucking jester who can't make anyone laugh. He's out. Obviously, they're pro King in that situation. You're getting the monarchy references, surely.
I'd hope so.
I'd be shocked if you didn't.
I know they're a little subtle, but you'd hope that you're picking up on them. I will say this, and obviously I couldn't be more disappointed in King's box. I might be the most disappointed, right? I think that they were fucking pathetic. I think they were useless. And as far as box work, plenty to be desired.
Well, it's some of the most mediocre box work I've ever seen.
Yes.
Just because you're standing up doesn't mean anything.
That doesn't mean shit. Stand up all you want. But if there's no yip, no yahoo, then you're not doing your job. But I will say this. I don't know if there's any more uncomfortable people in the world than King's box during that match. Like getting fucking torched in front of the world or after every point.
In a Wimbledon final.
In a Wimbledon final, the future King's there. Tom Cruise is there. Fucking Jason Statham's there. Everyone's watching.
And he's laying them out.
And he's just fucking... What are you doing? Fucking no, don't get up. No, thanks. And you're like, oh my God, this gun's blaming me. Like, and it was your fault. Make no mistake, it was 100% your fault.
Look, but you don't often see people get called out for it in such a public
global
way.
Roasting.
It was a global roasting.
Yeah.
A global roasting the likes of which the Globe has rarely seen.
I don't know if anyone's been like.
Have you seen a roasting like that in professional sport? Fucked if I have.
No. And usually it's like, thank my family for the support. Obviously he was, but during the match, fuck you, family.
No.
Like, can you imagine if Tom Brady's fucking struggling in the Super Bowl and just starts looking at Giselle in the crowd going, what the fuck are you doing, bitch? Get up. Get the fuck up. And you know what? Again, he'd be right to do so because I'm sure she wasn't cheering hard enough either. But you just don't see a global roasting from an athlete who turns on his family like that.
You don't see it. You never see it. But that's what makes this kid special.
Yeah.
He goes in there without a coach for the last 5 years. If you believe the reports, he'll spend fucking 12 hours playing Call of Duty and then 10 minutes training, if the reports are to be believed. Then you watch the way he plays in that first set and you're like, oh, if you had like the competitive spirit of Nadal living within you, you would have won 40 slams.
Yeah. You're a 40 slam guy.
He's got 40 slam written all over him, bro.
Yeah.
He's ridiculously talented.
Yep.
Absurdly. I was actually shocked by how little nerves he seemed to have in him.
Nerves. I tell you what, I thought he had nerves. Well, not why I thought he had nerves, but like they were saying how much of a game plan he came out with. Like it was in the first set, it was quite obvious to those who know that it was like game plan season for Kyrgios, who usually just comes out and he just sort of rips and tears. So that to me spoke about like made me think nerves, not in a bad way. Nerves are good.
No. I wouldn't say nerves. I would say like that he cared.
Yeah, right. But to me, when he doesn't care, shows that like he's not that nervous. If he's like caring, it's like oh shit. But it's not bad. Nerves aren't bad. Nerves are good.
No.
I'm terrified every time we come in here.
I mean more about how you can sort of like eyeball someone that's like too nervous, and you're like
pussy nerves.
Oh, the
shit,
moment's getting to you.
Yeah. You mean like, and Jose Aldo is feeling the weight of this moment.
He's like the great classic example, right?
Yeah.
You're like, ooh.
feeling the weight of this moment.
Or you get a bit yippy early.
Yes,
Like he started so strong.
Yeah. If Kyng had got sparked three
He
straight
was
sets.
serving at like 80% or some shit first serves in that first set. Fucking wild. A couple of times he had second serve aces. I'm like, calm down, Kyng.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Kyng.
But in the end, it was all for nothing.
Well, Lincoln Park, in the end, doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter. Shout out to Lincoln Park.
Chester Bedingfield, RIP.
Shout out to Lincoln Park and Jay-Z's collaboration.
Encore, Do You Want More? The Brooklyn yeah, that was really good.
Interesting.
Dude, good collab, though.
Random
As
Think
fuck,
backing
dude.
on it, you're like, that was odd.
That was odd, but also, you know what? Genius.
Also, try and tell me you didn't like that song.
How the fuck? If you're going to sit here and tell me... I tell you what, the only way I'll believe you didn't like the song is if it's a generation gap. If you're like a boomer who's like, what? Who the fuck are these two?
Who's Eminem? What the fuck?
Yeah. Like, you know, I'm sure that would exist now for me. Like, there are some legitimate people who are like... There was someone who I heard on a podcast or someone talking about some kid, and it's not in the same sphere. Some dude called Shawn Mendes, who is like... He's like 23 years old and he's worth 40 million. I'm like, who the fuck is this cunt?
Who is he a singer?
Yeah.
What's he sing?
Don't know. He's hot though.
Is he hot? Like that.
But like, as in he's a young 23-year-old twinkish hot. Like you can see why
he's twink hot.
You can see why he's worth 40 million off looks alone, assuming he sings like croony fucking.
Yeah,
bebop.
I'm with you. But if you lived in our generation and you heard the song and you didn't like it, you're a liar.
Yeah, you're a liar.
That's
Cook and
all I'm
roll
saying.
with the Brooklyn boys for one last
That's
time.
it.
Need y'all to roll.
Now,
Back to Kyng.
I couldn't help but smile when the King, having just lost a Wimbledon final, whips out the red Jordan hat. I'm like, there it is.
There it is.
There it is. That's a statement if ever I've seen
That's
one. That is a fuck you on a global scale.
Yeah. Just a fuck it. You know what? I don't care. Fuck you. I'm angry. It's petulant. It's childish, but...
Oh, he's 27.
Yeah, it's
not 19.
No, he's not 19.
It's childish as fuck.
Yeah, it's childish. You know what, though?
And he knows. He's picked the darkest... It's not about wearing Jordan.
No.
You can get black Jordans.
Yeah, you can get white Jordans.
It's not a Jordan thing.
No.
It's this is a red hat thing.
In a white hat world.
Well, in a white everything world.
Yes.
On the court. Tournament.
Clothing.
Dress.
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 We must stress. It's dress.
Well, Kyrgios not white.
Kyrgios not white.
So
Kyrgios green.
clearly we're talking about...
We are just talking about the clothing,
Yes.
the attire.
Otherwise, that'd be weird.
That would be.
Because how would Kyrgios be out there?
Well, I don't know. That'd be. I'm not sure. I don't want to get into that. Though there is a lot of like hoopla about the. Have you seen all that hoopla, hullabaloo about the all white?
About the clothing?
Yeah.
The hoopla in what respect?
I believe is she Australian? Obviously, the Daria Gavrilova. I think she's Australian. She was like, I have to delay my period whenever I play Wimbledon. Not that she only has her period when she plays Wimbledon. Obviously, that doesn't make sense. If it is that time and Wimbledon comes along, she has to, through the pill or whatever, kick it on down the road because obviously red shows up on white.
Yes, that's true. See, I would allow in that, and I'm surprised that a black bike short underneath a white skirt isn't play on.
Isn't that allowed?
Clearly not.
Well, yeah, okay. I mean, maybe it is, and maybe it's just, and I don't want to get too sort of biomechanical or like, you know, but like leaking can still...
Look, I don't know, Tom.
I mean, our roof leaks, you know?
It does, bro. It does.
So I just mean, like, there's just a fucking bike shorts. Like, I don't know if that's necessarily a cure-all for this situation.
Look, I don't want to speculate.
No, I don't want to speculate. I like the all white as from like a... Some things are kind of cool. Like, it's like a uniform
it's
sort
tradition.
of thing. Yeah.
And also, there's like no sponsors on the court, really.
Yeah,
you know?
Like, I like all that shit. It's not about... Obviously, I wouldn't want someone to feel uncomfortable about their period. So I guess there's a... We got to try and work out some period-proof bike shorts, right?
I think you could workshop ideas, Tom. I think you could workshop ideas.
Yeah.
A
I
tradition.
completely respect where fucking Daria's coming from, though. You don't have that happen while you're out in the fucking court.
I tell you what they did get rid of, which would have been an interesting like layer to things had it still been a tradition that was upheld, is that if someone was in the box who was in line to the throne, I think that's how it worked, then you had to bow to them. Like you'd come out and bow. So king would have had to bow to a future king had that rule still been around.
When did they take that rule out?
Like 6-7 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It was seen as like I think people like William were like no.
Yeah, I
it's
don't
too
want to.
edge.
Yeah, I don't want to get bowed to.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Yeah. I mean, we've got the rule in here. Tommy and Dave bow to us when they walk past. But
Yeah, but that's not
there's a bit more. That makes more sense, probably.
well, it's behind closed doors.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're not doing it. We're not making them bow in front of the world.
No, that's right.
It's just showing respect.
Yeah, a bow or a salute will do.
I would have loved to have seen how pissed that chick was. The 700 beers, bro, or 700 drinks, bro, chick.
Do you reckon she was that pissed, or do you reckon he was?
No,
just
no. I
being-
don't think she was that pissed at all. But if you're talking shit to the king, like you best know he's going to say stuff that isn't necessarily true, right? Like
Bold to talk shit to the king.
Yeah.
Bold.
Like you've got to be. So she might have had a couple of pims, you know. Who knows? She's had a couple of pims, Eddie. But
Are you telling me that you go to Wimbledon on a gorgeous sunny summer's afternoon on a Sunday, no less, and you don't get pinned up?
you're pounding pims. But I don't know how many I'm having. Like he couldn't really describe what she was wearing. He
Mate,
just was
if
like
he-
the one who she's wearing the. She's had 700 drinks. You're
I
like,
think
okay.
he was looking for a tussle.
A scapegoat.
Well, maybe. Like, you go to the US Open and people fucking yell at you during your serve. Like, there's layers to this shit.
But surely the umpire's like, quiet, please.
Yeah. And it's like,
Yanks.
it's a very respectful crowd, Wimbledon. Like, it's, I think he's looking for issues.
Just trying to sort of G himself up.
Possibly. Well, he wasn't getting any yip and yahoo out of the box. He's
No,
like, now I'm going to have to fucking drag some poor chick out of the crowd into
Yeah,
this
yeah,
thing
yeah.
to get me going.
And I like that because he was like, get her kicked out. And I can't remember who I was messaging. I'm like, I think this drunk bitch needs to stay in the crowd. Like, I think she's probably pro King in the core of her heart. And King doesn't realize that maybe she's an agent provocateur who's been
Planted there?
to unsettle him, but not unsettle him. He needs to be unsettled. If he gets too settled, then he doesn't fucking play well.
Possibly. I mean, you could look at that many different ways.
You could make that argument.
I'm not going to sit here and deny you that argument.
Thank you.
I'm not going to do that. Not here on a Monday.
No.
Not on a rainy Monday. No way.
Drizzly.
No, drizzly. Look, at the end of the day, I think in our heart of hearts, we always knew it was going to be a tall order for the King to get a W.
Yep.
To win a Grand Slam as it was. This may well be the zenith of his career. Like the kid that fucking almost did it without really doing anything in the pursuit of that. Like,
Yeah.
I thought there was a potential for him to be a John Daly character, win a couple of slams off like raw talent alone. We'll wait and see.
I mean, if there was anyone
don't
other than Novak on that fucking court, or
But
Nadal.
that's the problem.
Yeah, but they're dying out.
Are they?
Well, they have to, literally. No,
I know, but
I think
we've been
Nadal-
saying that for a long time.
No, but I think Nadal's in the sort of final throes of. He's like on the battlefield, like coughing up blood and shit.
I reckon
and
you
still
got-
swinging. You
I
know
reckon you got, well, King, I think.
Is it Boromir in Lord of the Rings who fucking keeps like slashing orcs while he's filled with bloody arrows?
Boromir?
Yeah. That's
Brother
and,
to Faramir.
and I'm not a big Lord of the Rings guy, LOTR if you want to acronym it, but I do know that scene, and I feel like Nadal still killing orcs despite fucking having 100 arrows in him. Djokovic still good to go, but he will die at some stage.
He will. But my problem is that the King, he reckons he's going to retire by his 30, by the age he's 30.
He says a lot of things.
3 more years, he does. I tell you what,
All right, this could be the like, now I've got a fucking taste of the good life. Like, I want one of these.
maybe that good life's fucking getting him going.
Plus-
he's definitely best on grass. If he's going to win one, that's definitely the big shot.
I wouldn't.
At this tournament as well, like there were none of the Russian athletes as well, like Medvedev and whoever else.
Yeah, but
so it
Medvedev's
was
a
a bit of
beater,
an easier.
so-
Medvedev's one of the great cucks all time, and I say that with respect.
He is. He's a cuck. By his own admission, Medvedev's admitted
No,
that he's a cuck.
Medvedev, like it's one of the things he likes to do.
You know what I liked about Kyrgios? He said that had Nadal and his semi-final gone ahead, it would have been the biggest tennis match of all time.
Yep. And I
most
agree with
watched.
him.
And I go, you know what? Argue that.
Does he have beef with Nadal, or are they cool? I know he had beef with the Joker.
I think they're on beef terms.
They're on beef terms?
I think so. It's hard to keep up because I assumed until yesterday that Djokovic and him were on beef terms until he shared all that shit. I'm like, oh, hang on.
Yeah, wait, okay, they're friends. I also thought that him and his brother Christos were good mates, and then we find out that now they were on beef terms, that now they're no longer on beef terms. Like this, we needed some like running diary of who the King's beefing with.
I think he's beefing with Nadal currently.
Right. Not Federer, though. I think Federer likes him.
It doesn't seem like they're beefing that hard. Kyrgios did wish him well in the recovery from the injury.
That's true.
Yeah, but I mean, of course you're going to, like, that's also a bit of just like.
That's a bloke who's woken up to the news he's into the final.
Yeah.
Without having to do anything.
Yeah. He's just walked straight in.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, I get you.
He did go hard in the fucking press conference calling out all, like, the ex-Aussie greats, being like, they're all fucking.
Post?
No,
pre, yeah.
Being like, they're all dogs, none of them support me except Leighton Hewitt.
Yeah.
Shout out to Leighton.
Shout out to Leighton. Well, Pat Cash came out and fucking roasted him. I don't know if Pat's got his own. Apparently, Pat wasn't liked when he played.
What? Wait, shut up, Pat Cash. Like, what's the problem?
I get why people have problems, but what I would say to you is shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah.
John McEnroe calling him out as disgraceful is the biggest
Pot calling the kettle black.
Oh, in probably the history of the world.
No, it is.
I'm like, you invented it, you dumb cunt.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You're literally, and also.
That's what you're known for.
But also cashed in on it for the remainder of his career. Like, he's in ads, like, you know, you cannot be serious.
I know.
Like, you're in every ad doing this shit.
He does Uber Eats ads doing that shit.
Yeah, exactly. He was in Anger Management with Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson, one of the great films. That's an exaggeration. It was an okay film. But McEnroe in there at an anger management thing.
Unbelievable.
And then you're having a crack at the King.
Very short memories. Very short memories.
Fucking Sachin Tendulkar was tweeting about him. Bloody Ben Stiller's tweeting about the King. Everyone's tweeting about the King. King's box office, baby. Yeah. Like, he is.
He's
box office, dude.
Oh, fuck yeah. He's a big deal, bro.
Dude, he is.
He's bringing.
He's Marvel, dude.
He's bringing sexy back.
He's bringing tennis back, man. No one gives a fuck because they do, but like it's Nadal, it's Djokovic, it's Federer.
Name me someone interesting.
Medvedev, is he your new king tennis? Fuck off.
You take out Nadal, Federer, who's basically gone anyway, and Djokovic. No one gives a fuck about any of those other beaters.
Tsitsipas, he's crying in a press conference calling Kyrgios a bully?
He's pathetic.
Is this your king?
Medvedev's the most boring cunt of all time.
Medvedev looks like a fucking praying mantis with a tennis racket in his hand. And that doesn't matter. It's not about looks, but it is.
And outside of them, name someone.
Name me one. Is Gael Monfils still playing?
No. Old as fuck.
Joey Wilf, is he gone?
He retired recently.
Marcus Baghdadis?
Gone.
Fuck. Zverev? Zverev's
again,
all right.
Boring.
But like, boo.
Boring.
Anyone got any personality out there?
Seriously.
Could I suck someone for a bit of personality?
Mate, you go up to someone in the street and go, name me a tennis player outside of the big three. It's King, and then that's crickets.
Yeah.
It's King and crickets, baby.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And Medvedev looks like a cricket, so that makes sense.
Now, you can bag him all you want, ex-fucking tennis greats, but without the King, no one gives a fuck.
No one cares.
So, you
I'm
better
not, put it
wise
this
up.
way, I'm not disrespecting our countryman Alex Demonor, the Demon, who, you know, good for you. I think you're 19 in the world. I would have had a great night's sleep last night if Demonor was in the final. I would have had fucking 9 hours, 9:25.
You'll get your 9:25.
I would have got 9:25.
And that's no disrespect.
That's no disrespect to the Demon, but no, there's no box office there. He's maybe like, you know.
Out of respect to the Demon, I'd have given him the first set.
I'd given him first set, but he's a straight-to-DVD guy.
Yeah.
At this stage of his career.
No. You don't go to the movies to watch Demon at all.
No, you don't. You wait for it to come out on DVD.
Yeah.
In fact, it probably skipped the movies and you can rent it on YouTube.
No, it went straight to DVD.
Yeah.
It went straight to
It went
DVD.
straight to DVD.
And that's no disrespect to the Demon.
It's just a reality. It's not, I'm not anti-Demon.
It is what it is.
But King has a fucking red carpet premiere.
Oh, yeah. In LA, baby.
In LA. Which we're invited to.
And all the stars are there. That's the difference. That, punters and dribblers,
Is the difference.
is the difference.
The King difference. But shout out to him. I hope it means he goes in a bit of a run. Obviously, it'll be difficult with fucking Djokovic there, who's probably the greatest of all time.
He's up to 7th in the world.
King?
Yeah.
I thought that this they didn't have ATP points for Wimbledon.
Why would you think that?
No, I think Tom's right. Yeah, because they weren't having the Russian athletes in, so
Yeah.
they said it would be unfair to give people points.
Google that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Why did
so
someone
maybe
say he's up to
fucking-
7th?
Dude, I think he blows out. Just
40 at the moment.
yeah, I think he goes to 45 after this. I saw something saying that even after this he goes out because there's no ATP points.
Devo. But who gives a shit? Fuck the Russians.
Well, I get ya, but I think that you kind of, I don't know if you can fuck that.
You just we'll do the same thing as what we do with the buy round. You know what I mean? Just pro-rata the points.
So give the Russians a couple of points.
Yeah, just give them a couple of points.
Just kick them a couple of points
Give them a couple.
for doing nothing.
It's what happens in a buy round.
Yeah, but only Russians are getting buy round points.
Because they weren't there.
I think it's kind of weird, just fucking, and not to take a turn to political town, but like, I don't think it's really fair to kick the Russian people, like players, out. It's not like they're calling the shots.
No, I think it's silly.
Oh, so I think what you might have been reading
Except Medvedev,
here-
kick him out.
So there are no points awarded. Kyrgios would have got 1,200 points for becoming runner-up, which would have sent him into the top 20. Instead, he's just number 40 as he was before.
Okay.
And
Top
after.
20, he gives a
But
fuck.
It
Unless he's
also,
gonna put him in top
says,
10.
it also says Djokovic will drop to number 7 when they're updated.
Right, so I didn't. That's what I read.
Yeah, who's number 1? Zverev? Again, is Zverev, we don't even know who the world number 1 is.
Medvedev is number 1, then Zverev.
Boo! Yeah, righto. These are your kings, are they, tennis? Pat Cash? Are these the people you want to fucking party with?
Yeah.
Come on.
Pat Cash would be a lot of fun at parties.
I
if
love.
he's picking Medvedev.
Did you watch the on-field chats afterwards, the ceremony, or did you just go straight to bed?
Went to bed.
Oh God, I don't know how you can sit through 3 in the morning or whatever the fuck it was and not hear them speak. I was like, I have to stay up now and see them fucking interviewed. And it was real bromancy shit. Like real bromancy shit. They were basically, we almost saw 2 dudes blowing each other on centre court. It was great. I loved it. Talking about going out to dinner together. Never would have thought this would have happened. Our relationship, da-da-da-da-da. It's the start of a real special relationship. It's officially a bromance, I think is what Djokovic said.
Cute.
Yeah, dude. Real cute.
You know what's funny about it is that underneath all of this is tennis players that have beef with King are just cut that the King doesn't have time for them. All they want's a bit of
Love from the
acknowledgement
King.
and
Yeah.
a bit of love from the King.
Yeah.
And once the King gives you love, they all fall in a heap and want to root him.
Yeah. That's all it is, dude. Tsitsipas was just upset that he didn't want to get rooted, that King didn't want to root him, which is
If
embarrassing.
the King came out being like Tsitsipas, like, I respect you, bro, I love you, bro, he'd be like, thanks, King.
Thanks, King. I love you, King.
Guarantee it.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
And you know what I'm sick to death of, dude? Sick to death of.
What are you sick to death of?
Coming quickly and then having boners that just disappear on me. So it's like I put all this effort in to get a boner.
Yep.
And then once he finally arrives,
He's gone.
he's gone.
Mate, working hard to make a living.
Find shelter from the rain.
Father, son, left to carry on. Blue denim in his veins.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think of when I work hard to get a boner and I lose it straight away because it came too early.
Whoa. He's
he's
not
a-
working that much.
No. Whoa, he's working too quickly.
He's a coming fast man.
Man.
Now, how do we fix that? Because it's not just you and me. It's not just you and me that have fucking boners that don't work and that we just, blowing loads too quickly. It's not just you and me.
It's common. It's really common. Now, if
Tobler's barely got a boner.
Toby suffers too. Now, if you struggle, as Tom, I, and Toby do, head to pilot.com.au/hello sport. Now, if you use the promo code Dribblers, you're going to get your first doctor's consult for free. You're going to go, what up, doc? I'm a working class man, but I'm coming too quick.
Oh, got my boners again.
Yeah. That's what doc's going to sing to you, and you're going to sing to your missus
Yeah.
or your boyfriend. Doesn't matter. When you get discreet medication delivered to you discreetly.
Discreet medication delivered to you discreetly. Now, obviously, Pilot, it's not just boners and dicks. It's men's health issues. But bonus and dicks are part of that. So that's why we're talking about it this week. That's why we're sharing this week. Pilot.com.au/highspell. Promo code Dribbles. First Doctor's console for free. Get them bonus back. Whoa.
I'm now coming real slow.
So, Edward, obviously we're jumping around. King was our intro.
Had to be.
I am officially out of my house and into my mummy's house that I'm house sitting while she's overseas for 6 months. I think I've said it here before. I don't know if we've had any discussions about it, but would moving be the worst experience a person can go through? I know that sounds like there might be plenty more worse things, but I don't know if there is.
Look, we're not trying to take away from other bad things.
This isn't a competition.
It's not a competition. It's not a competition. But moving one of the great cunts all time.
Yep.
And that's just a fact.
I will say this.
It doesn't end.
Compared to our move from Bondi to Bellevue Hill, this one started a lot. We started preparing a lot further out. And by we, I mean Steph. She was she got the ball rolling a lot further out. So we were out of the house officially, all out yesterday. Today, this morning was the end of lease clean where you get people to come in. Now, Daddy was supposed to go over there and let them in at 7 in the morning, but Daddy was up until fucking 3 watching King play tennis. So Daddy didn't wake up, and Mummy woke up at 7:15 to calls from the cleaners going, "Where the fuck are you?" And then I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Juan, you there?" I'm like, "Ah." And then she got up. She was pretty cool about it, to be fair, because she knew I was up watching the King. Not that's a great excuse. And then she went over there and let him in. So it was just like the nice final nail in the annoying coffin that is fucking...
So she went?
She went.
And you what, just kept sleeping?
Well, because luckily for me, I was like, listen, I was up fucking watching King so that you didn't have to, you know? Like the nation needed me to stay up. She understood the nation's call.
Yes.
And that when the nation calls, you answer. But like, I fucked up. It was a great start to the week. And then she went over there and apparently the cleaner wouldn't look at her. So there was a husband and wife cleaning duo, I believe. And the husband who she'd been talking to, the whole organizer, just wouldn't talk to her. She's like, excuse me? And he just wouldn't. He was like, fuck you, basically, for being late. I was like, come on, dude. She was fucking 20 minutes late.
Go sit in the car. Put the radio on. Buy yourself a coffee. Chill out.
Yeah, relax.
You know what I mean? Go on your phone.
Moving one of the great cunts all time, I was shocked. You got a son, I think, is it Simple Solutions Moving Company? Is it the one with they just come pick up all your shit? Shout out to them, not an ad. But they might have the hottest group of Brazilian removalists that I've ever seen.
Yeah. I had a couple of dishes drop my stuff off.
Bro.
Was Steph getting a bit hot and sweaty or what?
I was getting hot and sweaty. And I think that everyone can agree, and I've done removal work before myself, but the removalist game usually populated by dudes that shouldn't be, either big fucking thick dudes or dudes that just are need the work and are not in the greatest shape, probably have bad lower backs. It's not usually populated with hot, jacked Brazilians. I was like, and they're all wearing sunnies and shit, inside. It was like a fashion parade. And their arms and everything. And I just pulled Steph aside at one point and I go, is this the fucking hottest group of removalists you've ever seen? She was like, yeah, they're all pretty fucking stacked, aren't they? I was like, yeah, dude. And just gorgeous. Ridiculous. I don't know if that's part of Simple Solutions. Again, not an ad, although they were great.
Is it Simple Solutions?
I don't know. I don't know. Can you just Google Simple Solutions?
I don't know if it's called. Anyway, it doesn't really matter.
Well, no, but I wouldn't mind shouting out if you're moving and you want some hot professional Brazilians, and they were really good. They were very professional. They came in and they put us at ease.
I will spruik the benefits of this. They come with a truck with a giant container on the back of it, and then hot men come in and just strip down all your shit, put it in this thing, and they drive it way out west and leave it in a fucking yard somewhere. Don't have to worry about it. And then when you move somewhere else, they drive it back in.
Yeah.
Bang.
Plonk it into your house.
Plonk it, yeah.
And
piece of piss.
Listen,
I was concerned when they dropped it over, is there going to be water damage? You know what I mean? Where's this thing left? I don't know. Happy to report no issues.
No. And they put me at ease immediately when we went in there, and it was a couple of couches and some things, and then it was oh, do we need to wrap them with anything? And the guy just goes, hey, with a Brazilian accent, which I can't do, we'll take very good care of your stuff. And I'm like, Shit, baby, that's all you need to say. We're good to go. Are you good to go? You going to wear that singlet? You can take it off if you want.
Do you need some water?
Do you need some water? I got
Do you guys
splash.
need a,
Can
do
I
you guys
splash
need a
water?
shower?
Oh, sorry, the fucking heater's on in here. It's a bit sweaty. Oh, damn.
You boys need a shower?
You guys need a shower? I can turn the shower on if you want. I can just get it steamy in there.
Yeah.
Oh, can't see in the fog. Kisses coming out of the steam. Not from me, I swear.
Little bit of a grope in the steam.
Yeah, I mean, fucking whatever. All's fair in love and removalists.
That's
Well,
right. Sure.
If that makes sense.
But that doesn't seem like the bad part.
No, the bad part generally is everything else. Just everything else.
Is the house empty now?
Empty.
Like empty.
Empty. Did I start crying in Evie's empty room? Yes, because I can't stop crying for anything.
Why did you cry in her empty room?
I didn't cry, but I got like emotional.
Why?
Because she took her first steps in there. Because fucking you have heaps. It's just like life. It's, you know what, like the reality is houses, there are many chapters in life, right? And they're not all defined by where you live, but when you move house, it 100% is a chapter in your life that changes.
Yes.
So it doesn't mean that
Correct.
I could go through multiple chapters in one house, right? But when you move houses, it's an absolute crystallized, marked change of chapters. And
Chapters change.
Chapter change. And the chapter in that house, despite the fact that it was from a real estate agency relationship perspective, shout out to Ray White Double Bay and their real estate department, the worst experience I've ever had in my life. I never mentioned them till I was out because I didn't think it was prudent, but they were awful. It was a lovely place to stay. We got it on COVID prices, which we all know were good to live. COVID prices were juicy, so we got much more than we bargained for. We were in a 1-bedroom apartment in Bondi, paid $50 more, and basically had 3 bedrooms and a fucking living room, which you needed binoculars to see the other side of. So it was just a very nice environment. And again, and Zoe was brought home there, you know, like all these nice memories. Then once you're out and it's this empty shell of itself, it echoes, you know, when you're in a house.
It does.
It echoes. And you're like,
It's weird. It's crazy how much furniture
kills the sound.
kills
Or absorbs.
or kills the echo.
Yeah. But there's like a vibe, you know what I mean? Like, and not to get all fucking, you know, charge your crystals in the moonlight sort of rhetoric, although you know I'm into that stuff. There's an energy that's in the house, and then when you leave, it's like, I don't know, it feels like it's gone, or does it come with you, or, you know? Anyway.
I don't know. I know exactly what you mean. I'm not
Yes.
sure if it comes with you or what happens to it, but it does. It's removed.
Yes.
Well, is it it's the feng shui?
Super
of the
easy
furniture?
storage. Hot Brazilian, super easy
Super
storage.
easy though. Yeah, I couldn't find. Is it the feng shui of the furniture and everything inside the house that's creating the vibe?
That as well, but I think also just the energy of like the people, like whoever's in there, right? So like, I have it on good authority that some people that lived there a few people before us were a very different clientele.
I'd actually been to your house.
Yeah, and
not with that group, but with another group.
and some friends of ours had been there with a group who were like, there was like 40 fucking early 20s dudes living in there and living hard.
Yeah, and
Living
true and honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
if that makes sense.
really hard.
Fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
I think that vibe it also developed over time. Like having just moved into a new house, there's not vibe immediately.
No. Vibe created.
Vibe it takes time. You got to put some memories into this bad boy before it. Like it's built on memory on
memories,
on
right?
memories
But that's
experience.
exactly it. So it's like if I'd walked, I didn't fucking get emotional the first time I walked into that room. It was the last time I walked in that room because of all of the memories I had filled in that room. Evie fucking just doing funny shit, falling over, playing with them, you know, whatever it is. When I left Bondi was way more emotional though, because it was all very positive. When I left this place, because the experience from Ray White Double Bay Real Estate Division, not Gavin Rubenstein who sells houses, shout out to him, but from the rental division, the place that rents, was so fucking bad. I didn't care. Well, I didn't feel as much.
Gavin's not a Ray White double way.
Isn't he?
No, he's got his own thing.
Yeah, but that's under the Ray White. That's why he had the whole meeting.
No, he left there years ago.
But isn't that why he had the meeting in the show with?
No, it's because he wants to have like multiple fucking offices and like because like there's usually a Ray White thing in each fucking suburb, and he's just like,
Interesting. So he's not with Ray White,
So he's got he's got the Rubenstein group.
He's got a separate thing.
but it's subsidiary of Ray White, isn't
like
it?
at the moment he's in Willara, and then he's getting another office in Rose Bay.
So-
Not to get into Gavin's life here.
No, wait, let's get it. But so he has nothing to do with Ray White.
He used to work. He's under the banner of Ray White.
So that's exactly what
But
I'm
he's
saying.
not a double bay.
Yeah, it says here, Gavin and his business will remain part of our broader family group. This
Broader
coming
family.
from Ray White, but from 1st of July, that's this year, it will no longer be branded under the Ray White name.
Okay, well, I'm sure that Gavin can respect my feelings then about their rental division in Double Bay sucking all of the arse in the world. And not the entire division. This one specific person I dealt with in this one
Do you
project.
reckon there's a Gavin Rubenstein of the rental game? Like just
Well, I tell
king
you
of the
what, it
rentals?
ain't the motherfucker I was dealing with.
You know what I mean? King of the rentals? Is there a rental king?
I tell you what the problem with rental is. Is that the agent has two stakeholders that they've like got to worry about: the owner of the property and the renter. But they don't really give a fuck about the renter. And maybe real estate agents let me know if I've got it wrong here. But the value is in the person who owns the house, although we're the ones paying the rent. But it's like, well, fuck.
No, because if they lose the owner,
Property, yeah.
then they don't get paid.
So, like, dude,
Their commission, which
the
I don't know what
owner,
their commission
as
will
you
be.
know,
What
we're
would their
not-
commission be? 10%?
for rent?
For rent?
What do you reckon they take? What do they scratch? What do they fucking scoop out of that thing?
More than they earn. Because, like, as you know, when we first moved in, it was like Spiderville.
Yes, I'm aware.
They made all these promises. They didn't do
Well,
anything.
the punter and the dribbler are aware
Punter,
as well.
that's what I mean.
It does say, as a general rule, you can expect to pay a commission of between 7% and 10% of your weekly rent plus GST.
That's a fucking healthy scoop for doing not much.
It does say as low as 4%.
Nothing in our case,
As low as
doing
4% in some areas, but as high as 15% in others.
And
For doing...
so, like, part of it was like garden maintenance. And we were like, dude, this garden is overgrown. We need... They sent in a guy with a hedge trimmer, and he just fucking hacked up every bit of plant that was just... not like let's just... Again, I'm not asking for like award-winning gardening here. But like... Let's say there was like some like leaves hanging over like the walkway. He'd just blade them at the fucking base. And it was like, holy shit, dude. Like it looked like someone had just fucking taken clippers to someone's hair out of nothing. And I was like, or up on the street. So that like the front of the place curves around. So all they'd do is mow the lawn on the fucking front facing bit of grass so that anyone could see it looked clean. And then on the other side, it was like a fucking wild jungle. We got our taps fixed. Like, I reckon I got my tap in the kitchen fixed 7 or 8 times in 2 years. No joke. They just send around some really jacked up and intense and slightly aggressive plumber who I think, if he's playing eyes up, is like, I'm going to do a shit job here because I do all of their fucking properties. So I just keep doing half-ass jobs. I'm constantly working.
Smart. That's eyes up.
That is eyes up plumbing.
Respect to that guy.
Yeah.
I know it's annoying to you, but
Well-
I can't but respect a man who's doing half-assed jobs to keep himself busy.
Yep.
Just clipping that ticket, baby.
There is underneath the garage, there's a big room that is filled with the trash of, I would say, the last 12 tenants who just have gone, fuck it, we'll put this in here, we don't need it. Like, trash.
Like rubbish.
Like, broken rakes and fucking old chairs and
Shit
table
that should be out
legs.
for council cleaner.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get into it, but I'm glad to be out of there.
Congratulations, Tom.
Thank you, sir. And congratulations to Steph, who did most of it.
Proud of both of you. Tom, what am I wearing?
You're wearing a New South Wales 13 plus fucking state of political jumper.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk politics, baby. State politics.
State politics.
We've got
Lay
an
it on
election.
me.
Yeah. Election next year, mate.
Yeah.
Really confident that the
I thought
Libs
there
are
was
going to
an
get it done,
election-
win 13 seats plus.
I thought there was an election on Wednesday night in Queensland.
No, that's completely unrelated.
Oh,
That's for
okay.
the next topic.
Oh,
We might
okay.
as well get into it now.
Yeah, we may as well get into it now, though, unrelated.
State of Origin Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Suncorp. Tom and I are not going, too busy.
No, we were going to go, and shout out to that dribbler who offered us, a couple of people offered us some boxes, and then when we followed up, it seemed like it was tyre kicking. But there was a dribbler who offered us 2 seats in members, I think, was it?
There was, and that was it was a very nice offer. The reality is we're going to Byron week after next and...
Next week.
Next week. So, we couldn't... It was getting hard to justify taking a couple more days off.
Yeah, and it would have been like, all right, we're going to fly up there, fly back. We would have fucking just got nothing done. We would have burned a couple of days.
Well, you burn Wednesday, you burn Thursday.
Yeah, and maybe Friday, depending on how Thursday...
No, Friday we usually burn anyway. So.
Friday oft burnt, so yeah, we weren't...
Well, it's like at least half of Friday's burnt. At least half of Friday.
So we just decided let's start making a few more mature decisions. We, we maybe separate to each other came to like some shamanic, did we have some mind-altering substances that, helped us see the light at some point? Yeah, we did. We realized that maybe we can, I'm not going to get into it, but basically, independent of each other, we had some fucking...
Revelations. Now, New South Wales... We'll go to Suncorp on Wednesday night and face an Origin side, a Queensland side, Thomas, without the big boy.
Yeah, Murray Tuolangi.
The big boys.
Listen.
Munster out.
But you hate to see it.
Out.
Shout out to Munster, shout out to Tuolangi. But for all you little Queensland bitches, and I say that with the utmost disrespect, we've been dealing with that the whole series. So you're like, oh, now we've lost our best player. Fucking, it's like, yeah, well, we lost Turbo and fucking Trell before this thing started. So shut the fuck up. But it is unfortunate for you guys. But I also, fuck, it's Origin, baby. Deal with it.
That's life. You've got to deal with adversity.
You bought in Tommy Dearden. You guys will be fine.
You guys will be absolutely fine.
Dude, you bought in Tommy Dearden. He's got blonde hair too. You guys are good.
Yeah, you're sweet. You're absolutely fine. Like, in life, sometimes you're going to get dealt some bad hands.
Yep.
It's how you play them.
Yep.
You get 2-7, baby, unsuited. How you playing that?
Split them. Hit me twice.
That's blackjack.
That's what I was playing.
I was playing poker. Worst hand you can get, but not the point.
The point is, doesn't matter what game you're playing, try win.
Try win. Try win with the hand you've got.
Yep.
We lost Tommy and we lost Latrell,
and we
our
won.
2 best players. And we still won all, baby. Staring down the barrel
of a 2-1 victory.
Do you stare down the barrel if it's positive?
I think you can stare down the barrel of victory.
I think so.
We win.
Boom. Victory.
We are doing a live stream. First and foremost, we are doing that Wednesday night. Myself, Edward, Willie Burms, that is my younger brother, and Jarchi from TikTok.
Have you asked Josh?
Yes.
And he said yes?
Yes.
What a thrill. What a thrill.
You know, what you're witnessing right now is him finding out for the first time whilst you're finding out as well.
What a thrill.
What a thrill.
I can't help but sit here, punters and dribblers, with a grin on my face as I think about the prospect of lifting a 4th shield from 5 years. One of them asterisked, should have been 4 from 4.
Yep.
Don't think the COVID one counts. Call it 4 from 4. That's what we're looking at here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you could sit there and go, yeah, but Munster's out, so how the fuck, look, it's not fair. Shut up.
Shut up.
Play the footy in front of you. We're still got to go out there and do the damn thing, mate. There's no fait accomplis here.
No, there's
We've got to go
not.
up there and play our best football, rugby league football. But I think that with too many weapons in the duffel, it would be too big, too strong, too powerful.
And too thick. I will say that I'd like to send my condolences to Jordan McLean, who is looking for an Origin debut, does his hammy, and misses out.
See, look, we've got big names out.
We've got big names out as well. Bringing in Jacob Saifidi, who...
Of Daniel's brother fame.
Of fuck you look like Daniel Saifidi fame.
Are you sure you aren't Daniel?
Dude, are you
posing as a Jacob?
Look so much like Daniel Saifidi, it's not funny. Fame. I'm cool with him coming in as well. I'm cool with that. I tell you what, Regan Campbell-Gillard, he's done something wrong. He has. RCG's done something wrong. I don't care what anyone tells me. And I'm not saying he has or he is inherently wrong. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm saying that clearly something has happened because you don't just go from being first game to nothing. Freddie came out and said, I wish him well. That is a fuck you. I don't care what you say. I literally don't care what you say. If you come out and say, oh, I'm wishing him well after you fucking unceremoniously dropped him, something happened. And I've heard rumours. I'm not going to go into them, but I've heard rumours. Not that he's done something like illegal or anything, but
look.
that there's some personality clashes.
Know this. Tom and I hear rumours. Rumours cross our desk.
Yep.
We're rumour merchants.
Yep.
A lot of those rumours we keep internal. We keep to ourselves.
Yep.
Just like this one.
Well, I can't.
But we have heard that
Well,
there's personality clashes.
Yes, so it's not really.
We're not going to release anything.
No, we're not
going to
releasing
say anything. We're not going to diverge what we've heard. But know
Apparently.
there's personality clashes. Potentially with some ex-teammates who may take up a large swath of the side.
Yeah. So we started off by promising we wouldn't get too into it.
And we haven't.
No, we haven't. We're just saying that some former teammates, potentially, who make up a large swath or swathe of the side, still not giving anything away here, potentially have some personality clashes with RCG. So we're not... But like, make of that what you will. Don't read into it.
That is heavily ambiguous, and ambiguity is where we like to keep this thing.
You would have to be Sherlock Holmes to figure out what you're really talking about.
And you're not.
And you're not.
Punters and dribblers aren't Sherlock level, dude.
No.
Shout out Sherlock Holmes. I hope they're making the third one. I don't know if they are, but I
Have they
really
already
enjoyed
made a
those
third?
movies.
The first one was good.
Second one was good too.
Was it?
Yep.
I mean, Robert Downey
and Jude Law, thank you
it's a pretty
very
good duo.
much.
I'm happy with that. Why wouldn't you make a third?
Madness not too.
Hate money?
So there's an article. Oh, hang on. Yeah, they are making one. It was meant to be released in like 2020, then 2021. Oh, they've like planned it and whatever, but they haven't started filming.
COVID's fucked it. That's all.
So they haven't started filming.
And also 2 potential spin-off TV shows. We're getting the Sherlock Holmes cinematic universe.
As long as they aren't in it, I don't want that.
All I want is on a rainy Sunday afternoon to take myself to the Hoyts and get a large popcorn and a large lemonade and watch Jude Law and Robert Downey Jr. solve crimes.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Is that too much to ask, dude? Can we not watch 2 quick-witted, fucking hot, one English, one American actors? Can we not just allow them to make me forget that they are just living in modern times and take me back to, what, the 1400s or whatever the fuck it is?
1800s.
1700s.
I'll be 1800s.
I think 18.
Whatever,
I think there's
dude.
cars.
Take me back there.
Take me back.
To the... Take me back. Shout out to Thirsty Merc
Yeah.
while we're at it.
Great Dubbo band.
Are they Dubbo?
One of
they
the great
are.
exports.
A Thirsty Merc Dubbo.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to know what they've made off Summertime. Because, I mean, it's the Bondi Rescue. Did they just sell the rights to that, or are they getting residues?
They'd have to get resigi-digis, wouldn't they?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, are they their own managers? If they are, then probably not.
I think the interesting thing about that is that like most of the band, and Rye Thistlethwaite, the singer, is actually a really talented like jazz guitarist and whatever, and has a really good musical knowledge, and wrote that song pretty much just to be like a summertime hit, and it worked.
Yeah, Ray, it did work, buddy.
And out of all his musical prowess, that was the song.
Oh, it worked.
It
Take
works.
me
Ray.
back to the
Sweet time,
the hot night. Never gonna be on God in the summertime. Baby, in the summertime.
Yeah, shout out to Ray. Shout out to Thirsty Merc.
Shout out to Thistlethwaite, dude. Big Thissy.
I think it's Thistlethwaite.
Yeah, I think you're right, Tom.
Oh, not Thistlethwaite.
No. Now, unfortunately for Ray, that's one of the great cunts of last names in terms of just trying to wrap your lips around it.
What?
Thistlethwaite.
It's because Thistlethwaite, I would be like, okay, you traded in the thistle game.
Yeah, no,
and you used to
Thistlethwaite.
weigh thistles. But now Thistlethwaite?
I feel like Thistlethwaite is probably like the final boss in like a speech pathology handbook. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is if you can say this word, you've graduated speech pathology.
Yeah.
You used to have like one of the worst lists of all time.
But there's a lot of bones in that Thistlethwaite graveyard. Dude.
Oh shit, yeah, there is. There's a lot of good kids to
a lot of
Thistlethwaite.
good kids who fell at that final boss.
Yeah, who basically just probably dropped out.
Yeah.
Thistlethwaite. Nah, get out.
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 You only get one chance.
Thistlethwaite.
Like the reverse park in your fucking L's test.
No,
if you hit the gutter,
yeah. Sorry. You failed to fucking indicate 30 meters before a fucking...
You're
Sorry,
out.
you're out. Thistlethwaite, you said Thistlethwaite. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. Or pay for another year.
Yeah, well, give us more money.
Yep.
Give us more money.
So, State of Origin, Eddie. Wednesday night, New South Wales win. Live stream Hello Sport YouTube. We'll be on just before kickoff.
If you want to see us beating our chest, tune
Like
in.
that. Yeah, it's going to be a parochial pro New South Wales fucking stream, so fuck off.
It'll be a chest beat.
Yeah. Either
Where we
come to
beat our
celebrate
chests.
with us or come to watch us lose, and if you're the latter, then you'll be disappointed.
You'll be very disappointed. Dior, that includes you because you're a turncoat.
Yeah.
So you'll never be happy.
Never be happy.
Know that.
It's pertinent for me to remind the pun and the dribble that when we talk rugby league on this show, it's thanks to our good friends at KO. All games, live, uninterrupted, and ad motherfucking free during play. And Eddie, Manly's in the top 8. We're entrenched in the top 8. Sorry, slipstream happening. Oh, is the Tour de France on as well, where slipstreams are fucking really prominent? And also it happens in Formula 1, but not as cool. Yeah, Manly's in the top 8.
Manly is in the top 8. People doubted us. People said that the slipstream wasn't real, that it couldn't be done, that it wouldn't be done, and it's been done. It's been done right in front of our very eyes. Manly into the top 8. Tom messaged me yesterday, very concerned the fact that we were still 9th. I said,
I was like, what the fuck's going on here?
easy, big fella. We haven't been given our buy points yet, baby. Wait till
was
the
an
buy
angry
points.
horse,
You
dude.
were, and I get it. But let the buy points hit. Let the buy points.
Well, I just think the buy points should be given at the start of the round.
So
Don't
do
make
I.
me wait until
No.
fucking Sunday, 9
not
p.m.
what 9 p.m. Sunday?
Yeah.
Madness.
Just add the points already.
They
would ya?
should have been added at 6 p.m. after the final game of the round.
Yeah.
9 p.m. to work that shit out.
Like,
anyway,
how fucking hard is it? Just give us the points. Anyway, we're good.
But Manly's got Newcastle this weekend. We humped them and humped them well.
Are we doing a
and
stream for that?
truly. We have talked about it.
We have talked about it.
Yes, we have talked about it.
We've discussed it.
It's been
so
talked about.
there's a chance that we do. This might be a double stream week.
It's been talked about.
It's been discussed.
It's been discussed.
It's been mulled over in circles.
We've mulled it over.
Yeah.
You and I.
Yep.
We've mulled it.
We've mulled it.
I think we humped the fucking Knights, as I
We
said.
humped them. Now
Like
they're
we are now so entrenched in the 8. It's
Yeah.
scary.
barricaded.
It's scary how
We're
entrenched we are.
barricaded in the 8. Like, fucking good luck getting in here, bro.
You're not getting in here. Now,
Good
like, if you
luck.
look at if the points difference, right? Manly's got a points difference of 2, positive 2. The Dragons, minus 84. Are you telling me they had any business in the 8 whatsoever? They don't.
That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
It's unbelievably embarrassing.
No business.
Zero business being in that 8. Zero.
Sorry, dude. No business. Keep your business out of here.
Look, I think Manly realistically comes, like, I wouldn't rule out 6th, 5th.
Eels almost lost the Tigers, and we basically beat the Eels.
We did beat the Eels, basically.
Rabbitohs have looked all right with Trell back, but ultimately, let's be real. Chooks, they're done. Dragons are done. Mate, we could come 4th.
What we do know, Tom, what we do know, you and I,
Yeah.
is that when Manly finish the season higher than the Knights and the Raiders, that you and I get $2,000 each
Yeah.
off Michael Pride.
Off Michael Pride.
Michael J. Pride.
Michael J. Pride. $2,000 dues each. And you know what I'm going to do? Fucking blow it.
Yeah, I'm going to buy something dumb.
Yeah.
Really dumb.
In front of him.
Yep.
Come in with something just stupid. Like,
Yeah.
thanks, dude.
Yep.
Thanks
Like-
for this.
Yep.
I just got $2,000 worth of fucking...
Butter menthols.
Well, I've already got those.
Look, leave
Reach
it
out
with us.
Kelly Slater, by the way.
Kelly, we're back on you now, bro.
Yeah, we are back on you. We're back. We're not letting you forget it. You fucking... Now that we got this studio and Tobler's going to work out how we record Zooms, we're coming for you again, Kel.
We're coming.
You
Know that.
said you'd do it. For those of you that are new to the party, Kelly Slater said he'd come on the podcast. We were DMing him for like maybe a year. Things fell away. COVID got in the way.
Look, COVID got in the way. We didn't know that we would be entering a COVID. Well, I think it was COVID at the time, but
I think it was pre-COVID when he first came in.
When
Because
he
it was bushfires. I remember we were at the Christmas party and there was ash falling from the sky, and that was when he was DMing us. because we were talking shit to him over Instagram. So it was actually the end of 2019.
At the bells.
Yeah. And the ash was like falling. It was like summer. It was like snow in summer.
Yeah,
but it
that was etch.
ash falling in the food.
That was etch.
That was etch. That's not the point. Kelly Slater then was saying that he'd come on the podcast. Some of you going, are these guys like literally just making things up? No. This is legitimate. I got the receipts. Check out DMs.
We've got receipts. Kelly said he'd come on. Kelly, I believe in my heart of hearts, he's a man of his word, and that in the fullness of time, Kelly will come on the show.
Yeah, I believe if we get back in there and start like the you know, sometimes you think a fire's out, but if you were to put your hand, it's still hot, like because the coals and shit are there.
Yeah, coals
I think
and that.
that's all it is. You just got to start breaking up a bit of kindling, some
coals and
DMs.
Coals and that.
Coals and that.
Can I ask you something, Tom?
Yep.
A Storm the worst side in the comp?
Dude, the Storm are the worst fucking rugby league side in the comp.
2 losses in a row.
They suck, dude. And you know what? I should have known better. I'm disappointed in myself for not tipping the Sharks. That was my fault. Because they were so bad against us. Like, we just started playing with our food towards the end of the game and let them back in. But, like, they suck, dude. They're shit.
Dude, we fucked them up.
Yeah.
Except the last 5 minutes, which no one counts.
Well, we were playing with our food then.
But we fucked them up.
We fucked them up. Unceremoniously fucked them up. Fucked them up.
Fucked them up. We fucked them up.
Ugh. I like the Broncos, dude, and I like fuck Den and Kemp, obviously, publicly, and I mean that with love, but I can't help but like the Broncos.
You like the Broncos?
Yeah. I like them, dude.
How much do you like them?
Not that much. Not like come home and meet my family or anything, but like I like them. I can get around what they're about. You know what? I like Reynolds. Some of it's about image overhaul, right? Like if you've got someone in your side I like and then you start playing well, I can be turned.
Yeah, you can be.
I can be turned. Now, back in 2009, obviously things that have developed, but I was a fan of fucking the Eels and Jared Hayne. Daniel Mortimer, Fui Moi Moi. I hate the Eels, but if you get the right mix in there, you can you can change my mind.
What became of Daniel Mortimer from Orange?
Went to the Roosters, won a comp off the bench, I believe, in 2013, or was it 2019? Might have been 2019.
I reckon it'd be 2013, wouldn't it?
He's playing for Lee Centurions at the moment, which I believe is where Blake Ferguson is as well.
Did he win a comp in 2013 or 2019?
2013, he was at the Roosters.
13.
Yeah.
Ray Fisselthwaite. Right. Well, congratulations, Daniel. He was very good. He was good.
He was good.
But yeah, all I'm saying is Broncos have done a good job to like image overhaul.
Yes, I agree with that. Ben Eichen.
Ben, Kev, Selwyn, Reno.
Reno is a big scoop. Reno's done a lot for that club.
Fuckloads for that club.
For that club.
Is Tyson Gamble playing still? Because a dribbler a couple of weeks ago hit me up and was like, you guys need to start referring to him as Tyson Gamble responsibly. And I've been waiting for him to play ever since, and I haven't seen him play.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to Tyson Gamble responsibly. I'm not sure. I can't speak to where he might be at, Tom.
Shout out to Neds.
Well, I think since Reynolds has been back and Ezra Mann's been impressing, so
yeah,
that's a good point.
Maybe you just gamble responsibly.
You make a prudent.
They took a gamble on Ezra, and the gamble clearly paid off.
Yeah, well, it's not as fun to say though. But I also like Ezra and just calling him yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Wham bam. Ezra, ma'am. Next week's draw: Cowboys Sharks Friday. Eels.
I feel like before we move on from this week, I feel like we need to pay homage to future Storm legend Tarek Sims for getting sin bin twice in 12 minutes.
Oh yeah, did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Sin bin twice in the first half.
In the first
20 minutes.
Yeah.
I
second and 25th minute.
Yeah.
Respect that.
The first one, I was confused about like how that first one was, because if you see it in real time, I don't know, he's already committed to the tackle. The problem was that Reynolds wasn't looking, but like, is that on like Reynolds obviously? So like Reynolds was going to the line, playing the ball late, looking back and passing. So as he's looking back, Tarek smacks him, and he gets a whiplash. But, like, you must know as an attacker, because, like, obviously that tackle doesn't look good, but you must know as an attacker, especially if you're going to the line and playing the ball late, that you're going to get fed by a big back rower. If you're looking at him, he's going to feed you. So, like, looking away, it's almost like, is he getting sin bin because Reynolds didn't look? And if so, does that just mean that if you're a half, go to the line, turn away, and then if you get hit, the guy's going to get fucking sent for 10? It was a weird
late?
One. No, it was so quick, dude. Like, it was, if you look at it, it was late in the sense that, no, he didn't have the ball and he was hit, but it was like that. Like, he'd passed the ball and then he was smacked, in my opinion.
How quickly afterwards?
Dude, like, what I'm saying is, I think he was already committed to the tackle.
Right. So your read was that it wasn't late.
No.
It was playing.
That's my read.
Yes. That is your read. And that's why I'm deferring to you for your read here.
But my read also counts for
What
nothing.
about the second sin bin?
Didn't see it, but I think that was just a high tackle.
Yeah.
I think, like, he'll get suspended for that one.
But I feel like with the first sin bin as well, because it was Reynolds, that adds a bit of it to it. Like if it was a ball playing second rower that he had hit late,
Right,
and it
but that's
wasn't
bullshit.
Reynolds. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think a lot of the times, like the halfbacks or whatever the key players, and it happened to Cronk and Slater as well. Lots like they are protected species.
Yeah, and
at
it's like because
times.
he had sore ribs and like.
And the Cowboys kind of did the same thing to him last week, so
Yeah.
they knew that was going to be the game plan.
But like that's what you don't play if you can't. And I'm not. This isn't a shot at Reynolds, but like if you're not up to fucking getting pounded, then you probably shouldn't be playing rugby league football. Shout out to Tony Staggs as well for getting 2 tries in that game. Love it. Wrangled Staggs. Congratulations to you if you wrangled a Staggs. I still haven't done it, and I'm paying the price. That rugby league obviously brought to you by our good friends at KO. Much love to KO. Shout out to KO. Much love to KO. Go Manly. Cricket, Eddie.
Yes, bruh.
So Smudge found his hands. Funnily enough, they were in Sri Lanka.
They were in Sri Lanka. A lot of people have been getting quite concerned. Tom and I are certainly part of that collection of people going, where in God's name are Smudge's hands? Hadn't scored a ton in.
He'd scored one since 2019. Funnily enough, they were in Gaul, Sri Lanka.
They were in Gaul. Now, I think that potentially what's happened is he's loaded them onto the plane on a flight from fucking God knows where years ago.
Lost in the baggage.
Lost in baggage, lost in translation, lost in
Shout out to Bill Murray.
flight.
Yep.
Because he's found them well and surely. 145 of 272 seeds.
145,
not out.
good for the average. Good for the average.
Lovely for the average.
I think he's back in the 60s now. Can we check if his average has gone back up? Shout out to Pez of Great Cricketer fame who spoke eloquently basically about saying, like, I'm going to paraphrase awfully.
Yes, please.
Go and check it out on their YouTube channel. But basically he was saying, he was like talking about how much sort of like emotional investment he gets out of or puts into and gets out of like Smudge's average having a 6 at the start of it. Just like how important that is for him just day to day. And I'm like, you know what, dude? I couldn't agree with that more.
Yeah.
And when it dropped below 60, it
Well,
fucked me
we
up.
saw that recently.
Yeah.
Fucking devastating.
Yeah, and I think now, Dave, if you can confirm, I'm hoping 145 not gets it back up.
Well, I think so. It has got him on the Crick Info website at 59.37, but I reckon they don't add the new runs until the test is completed.
That
maybe.
would make
So,
sense. That would make
so
sense.
he would definitely be back in the 60s.
So they found his hands in Gaul. That sounds like the start of or at least a lyric of some sort of an old song. Well, they found his hands in Gaul.
Yeah.
But Marnus also, Labra, 104. Needed that, Labra. Needed that, brah. Needed that. Because the rest of the batting card looked like a pile of human excrement.
Usman with a 37 is
He got a ball.
a pass mark.
He got a ball and a half. So did Warner, actually.
But the rest of them,
Shit show central.
not good enough, bruh. Not good enough, bruh. 364 though. You take that on that wicket.
Yeah, but then now fucking the Sri Lankans, they're how far ahead are they now of us?
About,
What's the lead?
what's the math, 70-ish?
Yeah, like
They're putting in work.
They're putting in work, dude. 6 for 431 they are. We have not bowled. I mean, I don't know if it's that we aren't bowling well or if it's that they're batting well, but like Nathan Lyon of 160 runs off of 56 overs fame. 2 wickets.
You don't see Paddy Cummins fucking none for 70 very often.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Baggy Green, dude. How about that motherfucker's hands? You see that fucking catch he took in gully?
No, I missed it.
Dude, that
One-hander.
thing will put fucking...
Hair in
Like
your chest.
you could be infertile. You watch that?
Bang. Forget
Kids.
IVF, baby. Just watch that.
Kids.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Love
Kids.
that. I like that Smith loves the challenges of playing in foreign conditions.
Yes. Well, dude, that's Marnus's first ton outside of Australia.
Thank fuck for that.
Yeah.
Got to get that monkey off the back, bro.
Yeah,
That thing will fucking drive you
dude.
crazy, bro.
Yes, dude. But yeah, Smith rises to challenges.
Always has.
Yeah.
Always has.
Yeah.
You know what I like, Tom? Him getting a ton in foreign conditions. What's that bode well for?
The Esches?
In a year's time.
Yeah, well, because he sees Joe Root hitting fucking 12 tons in like 3 weeks. And he goes, hey, Joe, listen, I get it.
Yeah.
But
Woo up.
woo up, bro.
Woo up. Where's that put Smudge now? Is he on 29?
28.
28.
28, equal with Joe. And then I think someone even brought it up with him, and he's like, yeah, Joe's played a few more tests than me, cuz.
Woo up.
Woo up, cuz. Oi, cuz. Can I call you cuz? Woo the fuck up.
I just did.
Thank you so much.
I just did.
Yeah.
How many days have we had in the test?
That's 3.
Was that 3 days?
Yep.
3 honest days.
3 honest days toil.
Is this a 3-test, 2-test series?
2.
Fuck.
And we're already 1 up.
You sure it's a 2-test series?
Yep.
I would have loved another test.
2-test series are weird.
What's the point? It's just, what's the point? What's the point?
They're very odd.
You 100% it's only 2 tests?
I'm 100%. I will double check now.
Fuck.
Yeah, our next fixture is 28th of August against Zimbabwe, and it's an ODI.
Can't wait. That's annoying.
Thrilling.
That's annoying. I would have really liked a fucking 3-test series. Bit going on in Sri
but
Lanka
you
at the
know what?
moment.
But you know what? Honestly, dude, seriously, I would rather get rid of that 3rd test for the Zimbabwe ODI.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Have you seen what's going on in Sri Lanka at the moment?
No.
Bit on.
There seems to be a bit on there every now and then.
Yeah.
No, dude, there's a bit on. The people, the countrymen, stormed the president's house, and he fled and is now stepping down. And they basically like ransacked his house and were like fucking smoking, like jumping in his pool and swimming and like filled. The house is filled with fucking Sri Lankans. Dude's like smoking weed in his bed and shit. Like,
Really?
yeah. Sri Lanka's fucking on one at the moment.
And he got out in time?
Yeah. I don't know what he's done. Like, I haven't got into the political Sri Lanka.
Oh, shit.
Dude, house party vibes.
Oh, that's a house party
Dude,
right there, bro.
Serious house party. That water looks dirty. That water looks like it's been.
I think people have been pissing in that.
Yeah, people have been pissing in that pool.
Oh,
Look on the
shit.
roof, dude.
Dude, they're just hanging out.
Dude, all for the gram. Everyone's phone's out. I love it. Like, obviously, there's probably some political intent there, but everyone under the age of like fucking
it's
25
packed.
is TikToking.
Oh, it's packed. Oh, the pool table. As if you wouldn't rip the covers off.
Dude, you'd be taking that pool table, wouldn't you? If you had any brains about you.
You'd be playing a game, surely.
Look at this shit. People just walking around, hanging out. People don't even know what exactly they're. It's obviously symbolic. I don't know what this guy did. Was he a piece of shit, Dave?
Well, I think he's the president or prime minister or whatever. I don't know what he did specifically, but in terms of the country, like, they're pretty much out of fuel and bankrupt, the entire country.
Okay.
So, like, a week ago or something, they said, like, you could only get fuel if you were, like, maybe a government employee or, like, emergency services, whatever. They weren't giving fuel to regular people. Like, the country's bankrupt. I think inflation is whatever that means.
Oh, that's sad.
Over there. So, yeah, this isn't even like a political, like, oh, left or right, let's overtake the government. This is just like, we're fucked. Like, you need to do something about this.
Oh, Jesus. That's fucked up.
But they still got out to the cricket, so good on them.
Well,
And there was I saw at the end of the, like,
some
ODI
people don't
series,
give a fuck about the fuel.
they had, like, a big banner that was like, thank you, Australia. And, like, the crowd seemed to be really, like, appreciative of Australia coming and kind of giving
Giving them
something
something
good
to-
for them. So that's nice.
We like that.
Good to see the teams having a fight then.
Oh, they're having a crack.
Having a crack. Obviously, listen, and this is going to sound bad, and I know there's a lot going on in Sri Lanka right now, and they probably could do with a win, but I want Australia to pound them into the earth. It's sport, you know. Ultimately, you got to have that competitive spirit.
You've got to be ruthless, and it's maybe the timing's not great.
No, it's not. The optics bad from me, but fuck it.
But look,
We need a win.
we need to be honest. We need to be honest, and we want a W.
We want a W.
We want
I'd
a
love
hump.
you to like you know what? You got 100. I think one of your boys got 100 there. I'd like you to put up a good fight.
We are looking to right terrible, horrific wrongs.
Horrific.
Whereby we were denied through a technicality to make the final of the Test Championship. We should have been the inaugural winners. We all know that as fact. And now it's about putting in work, stacking up points so that we are there next time.
Yep.
Ripping and tearing.
Is it every year, Test Championship?
What?
Test Championship every year?
Every 2 years. So we need a W.
Yep.
We need a W. An away W, great for us.
Yeah, really good for us. So sorry. Look, we know, again, not a great time, but
sometimes it's about us.
So end of March next year is when the final of the Test Championship is.
Where is it held? Is it Lords again?
I'm pretty sure
Is that
it's
like just a
Lords.
thing that we're doing now?
Yeah, I think so.
Don't agree with
the
it.
home of cricket, I guess.
neither do I, because it's going to be weather affected.
Don't agree with it.
If we can talk a bit of rugby, more so New Zealand losing than Australia losing.
No, what I do want to say is that I did start to watch that game. The refereeing was fucked, but also, and I'm talking Australia v England. I don't want to celebrate New Zealand losing as I'm half Kiwi, Dave, and so is Eddie. But there are many rules in rugby union that, like, I don't know why you persevere with them. Like, you know, like some of the, you can argue that some sports are maybe too quick to change rules or change them too often.
You could say that.
You could say that, right?
Yeah.
But there is something quite maddening about some of the rugby union rules. The most pertinent to me right now is the intercept rule, where it's like, what's the fucking point of this rule? Like, and why are you so stagnant as a game that you can't just see that and react and go, okay, that's dumb? Like, to get binned for a failed attempted intercept is fucking ridiculous.
Doesn't make any sense.
It is ridiculous.
But what's the thought process there? We don't want to see intercepts?
They're saying that you can intentionally knock the ball down. It's negative play. I think that you look. How many people try and knock the ball down intentionally? Like in rugby league, an intercept's play on. No one's trying to no one's trying to knock the ball down intentionally. Or maybe they are, like, in a last-ditch attempt. What's wrong with that, though? Like, you want to incentivize people going for an intercept. Sterling Mortlock's intercept in the 2003 World Cup against the All Blacks to run away and score whilst wearing gloves, no less, was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was. And it's been replayed time and time and time
One of the
and
great
time
moments.
and time and time again. You could argue that we've been robbed of moments because people are too scared to go to for the intercept for the fear of being binned for negative play. You could make that argument, Tom, strongly.
You could.
Strongly. I think it's outdated. I think it's time for change.
Yep.
And I think that as
It's
a
just not
game,
that difficult to
needs
say, okay, we'll
move
change
forward.
that. Don't worry. It's not like they're going to be like, well, we grew up. Like, it's not like changing like how to tackle, right? It's like it's not going to be that big of an issue to try and change it. It's just like, all right, you can go for intercepts now. They're also like, they were finicky as fuck, dude. Like, and I remember the commentators even saying like Northern Hemisphere refs can just be like some of the most letter of the law, bloody. I don't know. I just found it very stifling, and they were so involved. They were just constantly involved, and it was all going England's way. And I was just like, fuck this game, dude. I wanted to watch it. I was excited to watch it. And I just find sometimes rugby union are their own worst enemy. And that game was it for me. Tom Wright, good Manly boy. Fuck me, he can play. Did you see him? Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I did. I watched
That kick he put in? And then he fucking...
Yeah.
And then got the guy, dragged him out. That's a good Manly boy right there.
Well, it's the manly in him.
Yeah.
It's the seagull that lives within.
Yeah.
It's the daring to dream, daring to be bold, daring to fly.
Yeah. It's the eagle squawking inside his
That's
chest.
right. There's an eagle within that kid.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
Yep.
What did we lose by in the end? 8 points?
Yep, 25
19-0, we came back pretty well.
Yeah, we did.
And to be fair, we scored 2 tries. They only scored 1. They just fucked us with penalty goals.
Well, and that's
Probably
rugby
4
for
penalties like those bullshit
you. That's
intercepts.
rugby for you, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Here's another rule we changed. Penalties, 2 points. 1 point even. 2 points probably.
2 points, I think, is fair.
They give them out so often. I'm just like, maybe you just give them 1, but 1's dumb. 2 points.
Look, we've got a decider. We've got a decider against England.
I'm cool with
Decider
that.
for New Zealand against Irish, who played fucking well.
Yep.
Ripped and teared.
I like Ireland when they're good,
So do I. I like when the North is strong, as it were.
except England.
Well, exactly.
But also, I get it.
But France is strong. They won the Grand Slam, and then Ireland won the Triple Crown. They only lost to France, I believe. So, like, they're both pretty fucking legit at the moment. Going into a World Cup next year in France.
Dude, Italy also lost to Georgia.
Is the
this
World
weekend.
Cup next year in France?
Yes.
Can you check the date for that? Because, Eddie, I'm just trying to plan out a 2023, right? So can I just plan
I
that for a
don't
second?
know if we...
Just listen to my plan for our 2023.
I know what it is.
No, you don't.
I do.
Shut up and let me plan it for you. So I think Feb, we're over in Vegas for Manly v South.
Yep.
We then come back. We then go over for Wimbledon. We then stick around for the Ashes. Or
They'll be on the same time.
Same time, right? We then, depending on the dates, hop on over the pond to the Frogland and go and watch a bit of rugby.
I think we'd need to have like a bit of a staycation for that to be possible. I think that the Rugby World Cup's in September.
Yeah, starts mid-September.
Come back and
late
then go
October.
again.
Okay, so we come back then go.
We
again.
come back then go again.
I think so. I think that makes more sense.
That makes more sense.
Yep.
Because I'm probably going to have to bring at least 3 women with me, and that would be my wife and 2 children if I'm staycationing.
Who has the rights to the? Is it our dear friends at KO? Or is it?
To the rugby?
Yeah.
No, they would not have the rights.
But I wonder if they're up for renegotiation. Potentially, the World Cup sits in.
I would say that the competitor who owns the rugby are probably unlikely to lose it.
Well, I think they're in the box seat.
Yeah. Oh, no, but I just don't think the rights would be up a year out from the
It's a good
World
point.
Cup. That would be a weird.
We're not going to name them.
I refuse to name them because they're not called KO. But that doesn't mean we can't go.
Well, it means we can go.
It means we can go.
Yep. I think we go.
Listen, KO's all sport all the time, right? They still need coverage.
Yes, I do.
They need to send us to the fucking Ashes, though.
Well, that we do know.
Yeah.
It'd be sheer madness not to.
It would be crazy for KO not to send us to the Ashes.
Do they have the rights?
Yes. Oh, no. Does Channel 9 have it?
No, but I think it's usually on both.
Not always.
Check that, Dave. Now. It's crazy if they don't send us, though.
I think Nine's got them next year for the Ashes in
I
England.
think they might.
Oh, no. So it's still, Seven's still got it. And
No.
then there was all that.
No. I think the Ashes are with Nine.
Oh, you're right. The Ashes in the World
The
Cup,
English
I think.
Ashes, I think, are with Nine.
Yeah.
Now, let's see, though, whether that's just the free-to-air rights.
Just go, has KO got the Ashes in 2023? Or Fox?
I'm also just going to send a message to some of our...
Yeah,
KO.
no, KO has it as well.
Okay, great.
Great. Okay, great. KO, we're going to need to go.
Well, you're going to need us to go.
Yeah.
To promote and otherwise.
You need us to go, and we need us to go.
Without us promoting it, like, is anyone going to...
Is anyone going to know?
Is anyone going to know the Ashes on?
I've never been to England either, and, you know...
Haven't you?
No.
Really?
No. Well, fucking, I should have, and all the more reason that KO needs to sort this thing out.
Right.
For the good of the brand.
Well, for the good of the success.
The good of cricket.
If you want people watching, tuning in,
Yeah.
you're going to have to send us.
Food
for thought.
Hey, it's fucking food for thought.
Food for thought, baby. Food for thought.
Tom, Eddie, Comrade Dior, circumcised dribbler here. Listening to the hot little sister of a podcast about even during the week and some of the weather small talk. I've been thinking about one of the great Narbras I was on the receiving end of a few years ago. I was walking through my local Westfield, shout out Westfield Hornsby, locked eyes with a mate from school who we're talking probably tier 2 mates at best. Haven't seen him for a few years. We lock eyes, both of us go, here we go. Get chatting. I'm sure there was a bit of weather chat in there. About 20 seconds in, he stops me. He says, mate, I'm going to have to stop you there. I said, yeah, all right, mate. You all good? What's up? He said, I've got Frozen's in the car. I said, all right, mate, do you need to come and get out of here? He said, yeah, mate, sorry, I've got Frozen's in the car. I've got to get it to the freezer. And my question for you boys is that the greatest Narborough in the history of weather small talk? Cheers, fellas.
What it is it's one of the great fucking get out of jail cards. I've got Frozen's in the car. I've never heard them referred to as Frozen's.
I've never heard of them as Frozen's either, Tom, but it's genius.
It's genius. I'll be using that, mate. Got to run. I got Frozen's in the car. Like this conversation is going to go for long enough to melt the Frozen's.
As if. It's like saying, sorry, mate, I got milk in the car.
Yeah.
Got to get it home.
It's honestly...
Got to get it chilled.
Whilst I think it is the best, it's actually awful. He may as well have just gone, listen, dude, I can't be fucked.
But he's just saying what everyone's thinking.
Correct. But you'd be better off going, all right, mate, got to go.
Mate, got to run.
Sorry, got to run. Nice to talk to you.
Got to go.
I've got Frozens in the car. What the fuck? Why aren't you in the car then, bro?
What, you've walked your Frozens to the car and
then
walked
come back
in?
in? That's poor planning. You're staying here and having a conversation with me. You should have got the Frozens last, and you know it.
And left.
I've got fucking things that I want to talk to you about, two-tier friend.
You should have got Frozens first. Last, not first.
Tier 2 friend.
I see holes in your excuse already.
Yeah.
The Frozens thing sounds like it's an old family trick.
Yeah. Because no one calls them Frozens.
No one calls them Frozens. No one calls them Frozens. No one.
He's picked that up off mum.
Or dad.
Or dad.
Probably dad.
Mum or dad. Well, could be mum. Who do you reckon hates small talk more, dads or mums? I think dads.
Dads, definitely. Mums love that shit.
Small talk, don't they?
What do you mean, bro? They go out looking for it.
Yeah.
They go walk around the shopping centre for hours looking for someone to run into.
Yeah.
They love that shit.
Love it. Dads
Fucking hate it.
despise small talk.
Mate, going shopping with mum used to be one of the great nightmares all the time. She's a preschool teacher. She'd run into fucking people she taught 30 years ago and would sit there and chinwag all day long.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you taking the piss?
And you waist height, so you just stand there like, oh, I'm not even involved in this conversation. They're going to say something about my height. Well, you've grown, and then I'm just sitting here. There's nowhere to sit
I
down.
haven't seen you in years.
Yeah,
The last time I saw you, you were this big. Oh my
unless
God.
I'm literally going to sit on the footpath right now, I'm going to have to start tugging on the dress real fucking.
No. I'm already tugging on it.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Get me the fuck out of here now.
Men hate small talk. Simple as that.
Yep.
Always have, always will. Women love it. They fucking get off on it.
Shout out to the Frozens, though.
Shout out to Frozens.
We've got Frozens in the car.
You got to be bold to drop that.
Yeah, you do.
Really bold.
He nabbrad the fuck out of you, though. Know that. You got nabbrad.
Yeah.
Why you stopped to have small talk with a tier 2?
What do you use? Got the dentist?
Mate, I just honestly wrap it up. I just
Gotta
wrap
run?
it. I just, yeah, all right, mate, nice to talk to you. Got to run. Yeah, got to run. Got to run's fine. Mate, I got to run.
I always used to say at uni when I'd bump into people, I'm about to go to class. But then I would just like walk off somewhere and sit down and they'd see me.
Yeah,
again.
see, that's
Like,
a problem,
yeah.
right? You got to, that's not foolproof enough. Got to run is I've got to do anything.
Have you ever said got to run and then run off?
No, it's not like,
As in like I'm in, because you know what that says? That says, oh, that cunt's actually
he's got to
be
No,
somewhere.
he has to run.
And he stopped out of the goodness of his heart to spend a bit of time with me. If you run off, it's like, oh, bruh.
Nah, if I'm genuinely have to run, I'm not stopping for a tier 2. I'm probably not stopping for a tier 1. If I've got to run somewhere, tier 1s aren't even getting me to stop. Sebo's tier 1. I'm pretty sure I bumped into Sebo at the
How would you interpret that if you stop with someone tier 2 on the side of the street and he said got to run and you run off?
I'd be like, that cunt's got something to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But do you respect him for stopping to say good day?
Yeah, probably. Maybe he's trying to get to tier 1. Who knows?
You know what I mean?
No, it's fair. It's a good point. Good dribble. Chapo ran straight past me. I don't know. I consider Chapo a tier 1 friend. As in...
Is that when we saw him running in the park?
Yeah, and he's ran straight
was
past
on a
us.
run.
Yeah, he was on a run.
Different.
No, completely different.
On a run's not got to run. Different things.
I am running.
No, that's different.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Not the same.
But still a tier 1 run.
I'd run past a tier 1.
Of course
if
you
I'm
would.
on a run.
Of course you would.
It's like, yo, I'm running.
You're tier 1, but I got to run.
Yeah.
In fact, I am running.
It's not got to run. I am.
I am running.
Different. Not the same thing.
Now, 2 tier 1s running past each other, that's a high five. Because if it's tier 2, you just sort of nod.
All
But
right.
if you're both on a run,
That's a little down low. Give me here.
not for a tier 2.
No. Tier 1.
Tier 1s.
Yeah.
High five or a bum tap.
Or maybe just a little like pretend sidestep as you approach. Just like, whoa,
That's
g'day,
tier 2.
mate.
That's tier 2. Tier 2
Okay.
because that's awkward.
Or 3.
Or, well, tier 2 and below.
Yeah.
Tier 3, you're probably not looking at them.
Or you get him a wink. Chief.
Yeah, chief. Chief.
You remember Chief?
Yeah. No, you chief a tier 2 or a tier 3.
No, Chief a tier 3.
Yeah, tier 3 is a chief.
Or a...
Yeah. Or a complete blank. Because I think you can get away with completely blanking.
I don't think
below
you
tier
can.
2.
I don't think you can completely blank a tier 3.
No, I think you can. I think you can. I would advise against it, just from like a fucking. You still run into tier 3s all the time,
All the time.
but you can blank a tier 3.
Sure. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Because I'm starving.
Starving.
Monster and Tuolangi got COVID.
Using a Queenslander against
Yeah.
Queensland.
I love
It's
it.
Genius.
It's genius, dude. I love it. Yep.
Genius.
Love it.
Inspired.
Yep. Brilliant.
Inspired.
Yep.
Boss Cocky, Tom, Eddie, obviously got to say hello to Deal Dave because you won't fucking play our dribbles if we don't fucking greet you. Anyway, currently living in Dub Vegas. Before I moved there, Mum came to visit me, and when she was staying at the Airbnb, there was a list of the top 10 things to do. Can't recall the whole 10, but I can give you the top 3. Number 1, Indian Resto Bar. Number 2, the Western Plains Zoo. Number 3, the Dubbo Jail. Yes, the Resto Bar was at the top of the list. So, Eddie, yes, it is a great establishment. Very, very well sought after. I do have hiccups. Rowan.
Following that, what is the greatest rugby league team name that you have heard in country rugby league? Is it A, the Young Cherry Pickers, or B, the Juni Diesels,
Or C,
Park Space.
Park
the
Spaceman.
Talbot Grasshoppers?
It's Park
Here's
Spaceman.
Tom, Eddie, Dior, and Tobler.
Dribblers, give us your best rugby league local team.
Oh my God, this guy's
all over the map.
This guy's hiccuped with an injury of his life. It's
look,
Park
first and foremost, that's one of the great top 3s all time.
Mm.
Resto Bar, into the zoo, into the old Dubbo Jail. Or
And Dubbo Jail closed, I'm assuming.
Old Dubbo.
Old Dubbo.
Old Dubbo Jail. Dubbo doesn't have a jail. It has a juvie,
It's
a
a
jail.
jail with a G, I assume. Your good old-fashioned jail with
A
a G.
gaol.
A gaol.
It's a gaol.
Yeah.
Like
First
gold.
time I was alerted to the fact that the way that I grew up spelling jail was wrong, I was rocked to my very core.
No. It felt as if the foundations of my life had been shaken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I go, what is it? Where am I?
What the fuck?
Who am I?
But also, who was hiding this from me my whole life?
Yeah. How do you spell it now?
Jail. I'm not changing for no one. Fuck that. Gaol? You off your fucking, what is that, some weird Gaelic spelling? Fuck you. I'm not spelling it like that. And that's no disrespect to Gaelic. But jail is spelled jail. How do you spell it?
Bit of both, I think.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
I think if I overthink it, I'll go old school.
I don't think I've ever gone old school.
I think I'll go old school.
Unless
but
I've
I've
been
got
forced.
a jail in I've got one in my town, so it's like visible. It's there.
Yeah, right. And Barrel, I don't think, had one.
Yeah, right. In terms of like Park Spaceman comes to mind.
That's
this
it.
isn't a rugby league side. This is a rugby union side. But the Geary Goats, that gets me going.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Spaceman, though. I think Spaceman undefeated.
Park Spaceman's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Good dribble.
Juni Diesels.
I like that. I don't mind it.
It's Park Spaceman's.
Yeah, well, it doesn't.
sick.
It doesn't come near Spaceman. The
No.
Diesels is dribbly though.
Well, it's dribbly.
Yeah,
Fucking oath.
yeah.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Oh yes, it's Kenny fresh out of the pictures. Just sat down with a Southeast Asian friend of mine to watch the new Elvis movie starring friend of the show Lucas Bracey. And let me tell you, you had Big Kenny Boy sizzling away in his seat. What a miraculous performance. Anyway, moving on now, Edward, I must say I was quite impressed after lending my eager ear to episode 382, King of the Wash. And I thought I'd put the feelers out regarding a little stain of my own. Now, my prized black corduroy punting and dribbling cap magically acquired a white stain of its own. And let's just say There's a famous dribbler amongst the ranks who earns a living out of holding a wild fireman's hose. So I'm not going to lie to you. I expected him to at least be able to wrangle his own penis. Alas, that wasn't the case. He missed his target, and let's just say the old cap cupped the debris. So, Eduardo, would it be too much for me to ask you to remove said stain? Let me know. You know where to find me.
He's calling off like a house phone as well. That hang up is a house phone.
Or a pay box.
Or a pay phone.
Pay phone. Can I help you with your stain? Like, I could get it out.
Yeah.
Do I want to?
Didn't you? I saw that Elza showed you got Jarch's stain out of the couch.
Yep.
Jarch didn't come and help.
No, he didn't. He wouldn't know how to get it out.
Did he come to fix the door?
No, he hasn't come to fix the door either.
Shock horror.
Yeah, mate, it came out first go. So turmeric's still
the toughest in town.
Yeah, turmeric's tough. Turmeric's tough, bruh. Red wine's not as tough as people think. People wig out about red wine, but it's pretty run of the mill. It's child's play. It's run of the mill. I caked that bitch up, fucking straight off. Piece of piss.
Well, congratulations to you, and Ken, good luck with the jizz stones, bruh.
I've given you I've shown you how to do it.
Yeah.
Go to my Instagram or our Instagram. It's on there. That's how you do it.
Eddie's Instagram. Okay.
Ours. But I'm in it. Like, it's about me.
Yeah, you're part of it. Sure.
Let's keep going.
All right, boys. Long-time dribbler, first-time caller here. My name's Claude Baker, and I've heard some recent rhetoric regarding my father and his so-called American accent. It's clear that intern Dave hasn't done his research, which he's clearly paid to do. If Dijon Dave had done his research on your behalf, then you'd all understand. My dad put the accent on for the role he was hired to play. The old boy is a true blue para supporter, thick and thin. Not sure if this is poor Dioring or some manly para rhetoric. Nevertheless, beer soon, sun exploding way sooner than you think.
All right.
Okay.
You got the mentalist son on board there.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to need for you to get up an interview with Simon Baker of Mentalist fame, of Claude's dad's fame. And let's hear whether he does have a Yank accent, because I still think Claude maybe doesn't know his dad as well as we do.
Look, I think that's probably accurate.
I just think there's a chance that Claude's maybe too close to the action. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can't see the forest from the trees. And I think Papa of
Here we go.
Mentalist
Simon Baker interview on Ellen.
You really only pretend to like skiing, right?
Can you skip that forward?
Yes.
And also, why can't we watch it?
Why can't we see it? Well, it's like a small tab on the fucking TV screen.
No, we can't see it.
Yeah, I was not quite. I am so hungry, Claude Baker. I need you to know that, Claude. I'm starving, and I'm fucking indulging you here. Your dad better have a Yank accent. I'm going to be pissed off.
Aussie?
Aussie.
Starting tonight, you can catch our next guest in the
Ellen's young here.
CBS drama, The Mentalist.
Very young.
Take a look.
You really only pretend to like skiing, right?
Yes, please.
But you're pleased that you're.
He's a fucking good looking. I wonder
Was
if I'd
he?
love to see what Claude looks like.
Did he have, like, was he psychic? Is that the idea behind the Mentalist?
No, I don't, no, not psychic. I think it's like he can just read your fucking the way you think.
Right.
He is hot as fuck.
He's very fuckable. Know that.
Claude, your dad's hot as fuck.
Dad, you got a dilf.
You've probably seen him nude. Is he pieced up?
You got a dilf on your hands.
Is he
mate.
pieced up?
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
You might need to turn this up.
Here we go. The moment of truth.
How are you, Alan?
I'm good. How are you? That was
Okay.
very sweet to bring the lion
Dioring. Poor Dioring.
I lie for a living. That's what I do for a living.
That's right. Well, you pretend to.
Yeah.
You kind of do. But well, so you're on the lot because we had you on the show the other day to do a tiny bit of your show.
Yeah.
And do you like being on the lot here?
I love the lot. It's
Good,
like,
huh?
I never went to college, but there's always stuff.
Dave, you fucking didn't do your Dioring, bro.
I don't know how this got lumped on me.
Dave, you didn't do your Dioring.
What's your job?
There were two men here who were so confident.
You're
that he
the
had an
fucking
American
man with the computer.
There was no question about it when you guys were talking about it. It was Simon Baker has an American accent.
Do we have to ask you a question?
Yeah, do we have to tell you to Dior, or do you just do it?
What's your job title?
It's Dior Day.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Exactly. You do it for us. We've been over this last week. I don't have to Dior anymore because you do it for me.
I don't want to have to think, do I need to have that checked? Because that's what you do. Now we're here, we've got Claude.
Now we look like idiots.
We've got Claude Baker offside and his dad, who is so rootable, certainly in this interview, probably hogged up with an Australian accent, doing the nation proud overseas. Not fucking like Kid Leroy. No disrespect, Kid Leroy, but if Simon Baker can spend that long in America
doing a TV show.
Doing a TV show
Kid
where
Leroy,
he's got to put an
Kid
accent
Leroy
on.
went there last year.
But he's got to put an accent on as well. It's probably harder for him to get it out of his brain. I'm talking Simon Baker here of Big Dick, probably fame.
Of completely rootable fame.
Yeah, and probably a huge dick though.
Whereas Kid Leroy's not putting on an American accent. He doesn't need to. And then he comes back doing a Macazard, and I'm like, whoa, wait up.
Wait a second here.
What did you just say?
Huh?
What did you say? Wigging me out.
What was that? Yeah, anyway. But a para fan, so we can't completely be down with him. But he is rootable.
Well, look. There's no denying that, Tom. Anyway, poor Dioring on Dior's
Poor Dioring on Dior's
I just don't understand how you guys
Course you don't understand.
watch an American
Course
TV
you don't
show with an
understand,
Australian
brah.
actor
Course you don't
playing an
understand,
American
brah.
character.
Course you don't
and
understand,
thought,
brah.
yeah, this must be his real accent, his American TV show accent.
That's not
Must
why
be
we
his
thought
real
that.
That's not the
voice.
point. The point is that why were we not corrected?
I will make sure to check absolutely everything you say,
There you go.
despite how confident you are.
Why weren't we corrected?
It's a great question.
That's all I want to know. Now we got Claude here. Claude calling up and going, "Oh, my dad is Australian and rootable."
You have a DILF. That's a fact.
That's a fucking fact and a half.
On we go, because as Tom mentioned at the top, we are hungry.
Starving.
And
I
we've
said
literally got our food over that way.
You, Dior. It's a day after you lost and you still fucking suck, you turncoat cunt.
Fair.
Yep. No, that was good. That was important.
That was fair.
And that just had to go back to back with me copping another
Yeah,
leg.
well, fucking, if you started Dioring.
All right, last one.
Perfect. Food is close.
So hungry. Shout out to Fishbowl.
Shout out. Oh.
If your postcode starts in 4, you're a fuck. You're a fuck. If the postcode starts in 4, you're a fuck. You're a fuck. But it's not as bad as it could be because it doesn't start with 3. But if your postcode starts with 4, you're a fuck. Big ball dribble here. Cheers, boys.
4's Queensland.
4's Queensland, 3 Victoria.
Yep.
I agree with both of those sentiments.
Is anyone rocking a 1? Is anyone rocking a 1?
Probably.
Who?
I don't know that.
No, you don't.
Why wouldn't there be?
No.
Because New South Wales starts in 2 and we're the best. So
Yeah, okay, right. So we just leave ones.
I reckon.
Oh, hang on. Yeah.
Who's 5? Who's 6? Who's 7?
Perth, WA.
100. What?
Not Perth, WA. South
This-
Australia.
Apparently, Sydney has 1 postcodes, according to this website, but that doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't, but it wouldn't surprise me if Sydney
Maybe it's like government buildings and shit.
Maybe.
Could be. Very interesting stuff. I'm not going to stick around to work out what the answer is, though, because I think we've fucking reached the conclusion of this podcast. What do you reckon?
Time to go and eat.
It's time to go and eat. Shout out to Claude. Shout out to Simon Baker. Shout out to Claude and Simon Baker. I'd love to see what Claude looks like.
PO boxes have 1.
There we go.
There we go. Shout out to Manly. Shout out to New South Wales. Live stream Wednesday. Fuck Queensland.
Fuck Queensland.
Fuck Queensland.
Could you two just not talk anymore?